Good evening and welcome to Business. I'm Elizabeth B. Together with Tony Lopez. Tonight we have for our guest the CEO, the President CEO of PRIMEX. Her name is Elvira Ablaza. She's one fantastic woman who is actually, may I just say, the #1 management consultancy firm of ADB.
In the Philippines.
In the Philippines. And you also do management consultancy regionally.
Yes. We do work in the Asia Pacific region.
27 countries.
We have worked in 27 countries, from the South Pacific to Central Asia. And the Philippines, of course, is our first country, but Indonesia is the second largest in terms of volume and value of our projects.
But you are also in India and China.
Yeah, we have done work in
territory.
Yes, we have done work in India. We have also done work in China.
Now, what's really cool about Elvira and PRIMEX is that PRIMEX is a 100% Filipino-owned consulting firm.
Yes.
And it actually bested quite a number of large firms, if I can just mention some of them.
Sure.
McKinsey is one of them, and you're actually topping the list of consultants in even ADB.
Yeah.
How did you manage to
They have always
do
been
that?
top 3 in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to actually best some of the large names?
The best of the best.
Yeah, actually that's...
She bested the best of the
That's
best.
right,
Yeah.
yes.
One
We're proud
of our-
Filipino to say that, huh?
Yes, it's really for us a very important achievement because it's not easy to compete in the consulting business. You know, in ADB there are thousands of companies registered there from all the member countries of the bank. And among the Philippine companies there are hundreds or probably even thousands. But PRIMEX has succeeded in having reached the top echelon among the consulting firms in the Philippines. We're talking here of Philippine consulting firms that are registered in ADB.
Yes.
Because ADB has a system of accreditation and registration.
A very difficult system.
It's
accreditation.
actually quite difficult.
Yes.
You know, if I can just mention, way back in 1989, soon after we were established, probably in the first year of our establishment, we applied for registration with ADB. And at that time, we received a letter from the bank saying that you are accepted for registration in the bank because of your exceptional performance in the short period of your existence. Because normally, ADB requires a firm to be at least 3 years in existence
3 years.
before they are accepted.
How long were you in existence at?
At that time, we were not even a year old. But because we had several projects already, right from the beginning, they accepted us for registration. So the letter of ADB, I couldn't forget that letter. It said, you are accepted. We are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted for registration because of your exceptional performance in the short period of your existence.
You thought of starting in 1989.
Yeah, in
your
1989
consultancy firm, and then your first projects were?
Our first projects were irrigation. We did technical assistance for ADB to design an irrigation project in the Philippines.
In the Philippines.
Yeah. And then we also did an institutional strengthening project for NIA, National Irrigation Administration.
Which you knew.
Yeah, at the time.
He was a very good guy.
And then we also did, we had a project with Land Bank, institutional strengthening of Land Bank, the Philippines. Those were our 3 first projects.
And then how big was your group when you started?
We were only 4. There were just
And you
4
had
of
these
us.
projects already with?
Yeah, because you know, the background was I was with a smaller consulting firm before I set up PRIMEX. Si Joey knew about that. Joey Levista is our chairman. He knew about that smaller company and set up na tayo ng kumpanya. Kasi, you know, but I was executive vice president in that small company. When we started, our core sectors were coastal resource management, inland fisheries, and aquaculture, which are the sectors I work with. You know, so because I started the company, those were our first sectors.
You also do health, no?
Yes, but over the years we've gone into irrigation and integrated water resources management. We've done environment and climate change. Yes, nowadays we're doing climate change, which is really the buzzword.
And disaster risk.
And disaster risk management also together with climate change adaptation. And then we've gone into health. We started working in health in the early 90s. Then our most important breakthroughs recently are in the education sector and in infrastructure. Yeah, so we're getting into the infrastructure sector, but we're doing it slowly. The way we started before, we partner with the large companies first, you know, because we want to develop the track record. And then eventually we hope that we might be able to get into the
When
infrastructure sector.
ADB gets you as consultant, what is usually your mandate, your work activity?
Okay, there are actually two broad types of projects in ADB. The technical assistance projects, where in this fact sheet we're the #1 provider among the Philippine registered firms, and loan-funded projects. So under technical assistance projects, you have several types. That includes project preparation, which means designing projects for loan funding. We
Designing projects for the borrower countries.
Yes, for the borrower countries. But these are funded by grants from ADB, so they're technical assistance grants funded by ADB. We also do project completion reviews. You know, we also help in the midterm reviews of projects, evaluation. Yes, project audits. Yes. In fact, right now, you know, we are doing a project audit for the World Bank.
How old?
Yeah, so in addition to ADB, we've actually worked for the major donors.
Anyway, for technical assistance means you provide expertise
Yes.
to the client.
Yes.
Yeah, because it doesn't have what they call the capability.
Yeah, well, they have the capability, but usually, especially talking about developing countries, we need some international
Or the kind of
expertise.
detachment
Yes.
in approaching a particular situation.
By the way, we have expanded the last year, no, because we have so many projects now. I think since the second half of 2012 up to now, our pipeline has never been this good, you know, pipeline and ongoing projects. So.